Really glad to have you guys here, and I hope you've got a hardworking and productive Friday, as true Spartans should have. In my last AMA with elders, like 2 weeks ago, I assured them that the hardest times we are slowly leaving behind in terms of crafting a new strategy and vision for Sparta. And I can say that this wasn't an empty promise. We spent basically the whole October reshaping the internal structure of our organization, reshaping all of the processes. We reevaluated our core values and the vision for Sparta, and most importantly, plan for the implementation. So in the mentioned AMA with elders, I also said that Sparta 2.0 is, in my opinion, a game changer for the whole project. Within its full complexity, it combines all of the elements present in all of our products. It's like a binder that merges all of the puzzle pieces drifting in space into a magnificent machine. And so far, we revealed 2 chapters, but as you can imagine, this is obviously not the end, it's just the beginning, and this is just a part of the narrative that we're bringing. And after we released chapter 1, I've heard some complaints from from few Spartans that, yeah, we'll burn a few tokens, the inflation drops, and this announcement is nothing. It's a weak start, weak beginning. And let me stop here for a moment and quote my words from 2 weeks ago when we posted that announcement, which is very important yet highly undervalued. And that's worth a comment. Because we intentionally brought this announcement to light first, as it marks not only a direction, but also a time frame for our future plans. In less than 3 months, a lion's share of the Sparta token inflation ends, and to additionally boost its impact, we decreased the rewards for providing liquidity on the tokens, and the tokens that were meant to enter the market will be burned. And the inflation is an important point and gives us 3 months to position ourselves through our Sparta 2.0 plan to increase the value of the token, which in the process will be more scarce. So we are hitting from 2 sides. One is supply and the other is demand. And I believe that the recent case of Kujira that had an insane run recently may work well as an example. All of the Kuji tokens are in circulation, which means that there is no inflation. The team, by constantly providing value to the token holders, increased the demand, and when Kuji started gaining traction, it pumped to top 100 projects by market cap. And the Kujira team always emphasizes that they are here for the long term. And although Kujira is one of the biggest crypto projects and we are a small cap right now, we can look at similarities. So Sparta inflation significantly drops. We are delivering Sparta 2.0 strategy, and it gives more utility to Sparta token and makes people look at Sparta not only as just another Arbitrum DEX token, as this is the crucial point of our strategy. And the third point is, no matter what, we are builders, Spartans, and Spartans are believed to never surrender. And in the first chapter, we hit the supply, and in the second one, we hit the demand, which is a powerful combo. Our Launchpad activity has been revamped this week, and we introduced no-risk IDOs. For those that are not familiar with this concept, however, I believe that most of you are familiar. After investing in a project on our Launchpad, you will have 7 days after its TGE to decide if you want to claim the tokens and keep your investment, or whether you want to get a refund. And the refunds are possible only if you didn't claim the tokens previously. So let's assume that there is a 20% unlock on TGE and the project did 5x during the first week. And then you have the chance to claim the tokens and get back the initial investment. As 5 times 20% is 100% of your of your investment basically. And that's the point of the no risk IDOs. Later on Wednesday, we announced the staking tier system with just some of the benefits related to it. There are 5 tiers of single asset staking, Sparta staking, God, Hero, Spartan, Hoplite, and Recruit, each of them with different terms of IDO participation. Obviously, we are not forgetting the NFTs. But here we have IDO participation with guaranteed whitelist spot for gods, guaranteed whitelist spot as well for heroes, and first come first serve spots with different allocations for the lower tiers. But what is extremely important as well for the top 1 tier, number 1 tier, is our Launchpad revenue sharing system. As we will be sharing 5% of the total fundraising from each project from now on among the users from the top tier. We have one more column in this table that we posted on our Twitter, which is mystery drop. And as you know, we are not revealing all of the cards like instantly. And for some time, this mystery drop must remain mystery to you guys. I can say that we covered this topic with our elders already, so they know, but we can't share it yet to the public. But it will be obviously released in the next chapters. I always give you hints in the weekly updates I post on Fridays. So let me now bring the goals of the Sparta 2.0 strategy up once more. So the main one is to increase the visibility and positioning of SpartaDEX ecosystem, power up the buying pressure of the token itself, which already happened, but it's not the end, reduce the supply inflow and therefore the token inflation. This is a process, a 3-month process, during which we will as well burn Sparta tokens to decrease the total supply. And the 4th point is make Sparta way more than just a DEX and a DEX token. Sorry, and this is one step is the Launchpad revenue, which is that Sparta is not only a DEX token but also a Launchpad revenue sharing token. But the mystery drop is the main point here. So to implement this whole strategy, we use the 1% rule. The rule says that improve each and every aspect of the operations of your project, marketing, development, community relations, by just 1%, and in the longer period of time, you'll see an exponential growth. And what does it mean in our case specifically? What we improved? So the first point is communication. We believe that proper communication is the primary right of every project investor. And in October, we needed to work in the shade, to detach from the sentiment and emotions. We needed to have a clear vision and unwavering focus to craft the new strategy of Sparta 2.0. And now there's time to be close with you guys on Discord. And we definitely improved this aspect, starting with the weekly updates, my personal presence in the chat, and by this AMA, for example. But it is still the very beginning of the improvements in this part, and the success in this case is as well measured in the long term. The second point is the team. We've made necessary changes, and it was announced previously, to the development team, and we are building the team in-house, as previously we cooperated with a software house. And having the in-house dev team is, in the long run, as you know, as you probably can imagine, extremely positive to the whole product, as it's strictly delivery oriented. And third point is marketing, and I think it doesn't need any explanation. Our actions speak for themselves. What I recently, especially, and what I can say is during the next week there will be more surprises as well. including a community-oriented campaign with cool prizes. And before now I get into the questions, I'd like to cover up a few more things. So first of all, thank you. Thank you for being with us. I can see so many of you really engaging in the life of SpartaDEX, spending your free time discussing, supporting, and criticizing as well. But all forms of interaction with us and sharing feedback, assuming that it's constructive and it's not hating, brings huge value, and we really appreciate that. I know it's hard to see a bigger picture when there's blood on the streets. It's hard to support when your portfolio is bleeding. It's hard to have hope in the dark times. Yet there were many of you that gave us your heart and stood in the front line supporting us. And we are forever grateful for that, and we make sure that you'll be proud of calling yourselves Spartans. There are still a few cards are on the table, and when we reveal them, there will be more cards hidden, and the new mechanisms will already be in place guarding the assets you invested in, guarding the Sparta token and the NFTs. And the system binding the Senate level, your in-game actions, NFTs, staking, liquidity providing, and launchpad activity is coming. And currently, there are several narratives that we as Sparta cover. So these are DeFi, gaming, and launchpad. And Sparta 2.0 will bring more of them. All are positioning the SpartaDEX ecosystem for the bull market that is coming. There are always people in the bear market who doubt that the bull market will come again, just like otherwise, and the bull market returns every time and will be doing so until the end of the system that exists and that we know. And we want to craft Sparta like an item into which is a no-brainer, a top position to take, to be in front line of long-term value. And with long-term value and low inflation, there comes exponential growth. Yeah, that's basically all from my side, and now I can address questions. I won't be able to answer all of them. Some of them I covered already in my entry words. So you can ask the question on the chat here, but I'll start with the questions already asked through the forums and through our Discord. As there were a few users few Spartans that took their time and write down plenty of them. So there is like 12 questions from Nostradamus that I will start with. First, I will read the question and then give my answer. So is there a way we can see how many vested Sparta tokens we will get from phase 1 and phase 2? I know phase 2 is LP, so the value can change. Both phases are liquidity, and right now there is no such option to see how many vested tokens you'll get from phase 1 or is a question related to log drop rewards. Then probably you can see the tokens that are unlocking for you. So regarding ecosystem rewards for log drop participants, I remember a statement saying that 66% of the ecosystem rewards are for log drop participants. However, how is this exactly calculated? Currently, the API is X% for providing liquidity for non-log drop participants. Does that mean that APY is double for log drop participants? No. The number of tokens is twice as much as we distribute to non-log drop liquidity stakers, but the value of the total liquidity is obviously way higher in the locked phases. Therefore, the APR, the percentage, is lower there and higher for the liquidity staking. In one of Sparta's tweets, the team mentioned that 300k of Sparta will be burned. How is that achieved? So we already burned 180,000 tokens, worth right now about $36,000, and it all comes from purchasing gems and our activity as a project, as Sparta. And we have more than 130k Sparta tokens to be burned in the near future, and that also comes from Sparta activity, which is a single asset staking unstaking fee. This is another 26k, so 62k just from that, and the remaining 240k will go from ecosystem rewards that we saved, and from the tokens that are in the pools of a team control that we don't use. When will Senate Boost be available? That's a good question, and it's related to the next chapters, as we will be, as I've said, be binding all of the puzzle pieces that are drifting right now in the space into one mechanism. So you will get to know more about that in the next chapters. When will the team finally implement more pairs to trade? This is relating to our business development department, the number one priority. And I can say that it will be soon. Will there be a more updated roadmap? Yes, we are working on that as well. And it is, again, strictly connected with the Sparta 2.0 strategy, as we will most probably update it next week. But until we reveal all of the cards, some of the parts of the roadmap will remain in the shadows, remain blurred. Is there already a concept for multiplayer that encourages the game more? I have to say, even though I'm grinding the game, it's not as fun as in the beginning. I would really like to see more strategic gameplay and interactions instead of just clicking. Yes, we are. The Sparta 2.0 as well includes the concept for the multiplayer, but it won't be visible at the very beginning and in the closest chapters. This is more a long-term play, and I understand that playing the game may be to some after some time seem more boring, but I believe that it's also the case of the incentive to play. And when you get to know our plan and what you get in exchange, with a clear goal for the game players as well, I believe that playing the game, even though not many may change in the shortest future, it will become interesting again. How many team members do you have right now, and is there sufficient funding for you guys? Currently, we have 13 team members, 5 from the development team and 8 non-devs, including 3 co-founders. And yes, there is sufficient funding. We have a runway for 1 year. What's now the main focus of the team? Improvements to the game, more pairs, mobile version, or the launchpad? I really appreciate the team's work, but there is a lot of progress to be made to deliver all of the work items. We know that. No one said it will be easy, and no one said it will be little work to do. Sparta 2.0 concept is extremely demanding, and this whole strategy based on all of the aspects you mentioned in the question, like improvements, more pairs, mobile version, and the launchpad. These are all things that have to be, I'd say, aligned with each other in terms of releasing in the development, releasing to the public. So these are all interconnected. Each of them strictly linked to one of the chapters. So more pairs, mobile version. This is part of the next chapters as well. Improvements to the game as well. And when will mobile version be available? I really don't want to give an exact date for that. Oh, sorry, there's a second part of the question. And will it be an app or do I have to access it through my browser? So you will be able to access it through your browser, and we'll start with the swaps and the DEX functionalities, as this is something that users complain the most and demand the most. And I believe that it's a matter of about 1 month from now on. And the last question from Nostradamus. Feedback on the current IDOs. G Swift was really one of the best IDOs, I must say, and a very promising project. However, then there was Gemdrop. The IDO selection should be treated very carefully. Moreover, the IDO should not just be launched on SpartaPad, but also on other established launchpads. I know that means a smaller allocation for us, but the projects benefit a lot from not just having the Sparta community fund their project. Is there any insight into how many IDOs will follow and what kind of IDOs we can expect? So the last part of the question, the answer for that you can find on our Twitter. Recently dropped news. I totally agree that other launchpads and co-launching projects with others may be very interesting thing, and we are working on that, as I can't say with which launchpads, but we are in contact with some of them to establish long-term cooperation and co-launching next projects for you guys. Also, I must say that the mistakes from the past are being corrected with the latest no-risk IDO mechanism, which gives you, even though all of us are adults and are believed to be responsible for our investment decisions, we want to reduce the risk of investment loss, therefore introducing the no-risk IDOs, which also solves the problem of unsuccessful ones. Okay, let me check. I don't know, guys, can you type anything in the chat, or this option is disabled, as I can't see any question on the chat right now? Okay, you're not typing anything, so I guess this option might be disabled. But if anyone would like to join me on the stage and ask the question, so just raise your hand and I give you. Hello, you were the first
hello.
one.
Thank you very much. I have a question. When I click on my rewards tab, so I also did I put in a support ticket because it says airdrop and lock drop phase 1 vestings. and then I have two sections, one lock drop and second lock drop, and I don't know from where those rewards come. So I wanted to ask if we maybe can get a dashboard where we can properly see our lock drop vestings. And when would we get the next lock drop reward vesting?
For the first one, phase one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this should happen within next weeks for sure, as we organize everything related to Sparta 2.0. So the two vestings there, that there is lockdrop phase one, which you can't claim your LP, but you are receiving the rewards for that in a linear way, as 50% of the rewards are being distributed linearly for the period of 6 months starting from TGE. 50% you got at the very beginning, at the start. And in terms of lockdrop phase 2, there is you claimed all of the rewards at the very beginning at TGE. And now the lockdrop phase 2 liquidity is linearly being unlocked for you, so you can claim daily or weekly or monthly as well for the period of 6 months the liquidity you provided.
Okay, so
and airdrop has distribution has ended 2 weeks ago, so there will be no more airdrop tokens being distributed.
Okay, yes. I remember though we got a lot of tokens. We got them just airdrop. I think that was the rewards that we get from lockdrop liquidity providing. And those some of those we got them airdropped in the wallet and some were instantly staked. When is the next airdrop happening for the liquidity providing rewards?
Yeah, so like I said that within a few weeks, but I think that this case should be solved within a ticket, so we could continue conversation there.
Yeah. Sorry,
Or
man.
with
Thank you.
no problem. Thank you for the question. No problem. Okay, Corn B. Welcome on the stage, man.
I have a question about the staking thresholds. If I would like to stake more than 50K of Sparta, is there any incentive for me, like 60, 70, 80,000, or is it better to, assuming I will have this amount, to just divide it and to keep two accounts?
It's better to have it on one account. But basically, there is no difference except from the security. Like two accounts are I believe more secured, like in terms of blockchain security. But there will be no privileges to those having only 50K on two accounts or 100K on one account.
Okay, super. Thanks a lot.
No problem. Any other question? Let me. Kung Flape. Welcome on the stage. The stage is yours.
Hi, Leo. Thank you. My one and only question is like, yeah, like, can LP provider also get their reward?
I'm really sorry, but I basically can't hear you, bro. I basically can't hear you. So if you could please check your internet connection or a device that you're speaking through, I would really appreciate. Or just ask this question on our general channel, so I can understand it fully. Thank you. Okay. Jetfire. Oh, bro. Oh, sir, are you with us? You're on the stage now. Jetfire. Okay, seems I can't hear you. I don't know if anyone could.
Hey,
Vito.
June. I'm sorry. Is my voice quality, is it okay? Because I'm at work,
Yes, it's perfect. It's perfect.
so you can hear me just fine.
Yeah.
Really nice. Okay. My question is, because Gemdrop was from Tosio, right? It was from a co-founder of Sparta, right? Am I right?
No. No.
It was not,
It wasn't a co-founder of Sparta.
because
It is
on his
related
Twitter
to.
bio it says that he is a co-founder, or it did say.
In a Gemdrop profile, or
No,
like,
in the Twitter profile of the Gemdrop founder, it says he was a Sparta co-founder.
he was a Sparta business developer.
Okay. So it's just a wrong fact I'm saying right now.
Yep.
Okay. Then I have another question.
Yes.
Because me and my brother, we were really greedy because we thought like when the SpartaDEX token launches, it's gonna like multiply 20x. So we actually just put, or me, I put all my Bitcoin and all my Ethereum into the lock drop. And then I saw on Twitter that there could have been an exploit after 2 weeks, but it got fixed. Thank God. But now I'm like kind of scared because I locked it for 52 weeks, and right now
Yeah.
I'm kind of scared that my Bitcoin and my Ethereum is gonna be exploited by a smart contract.
No, it wouldn't be. It won't be. All of the unlocks are going according to the plan, as you know. The 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 16 weeks in 6 days will be distributed as well. And as previously there was a chance for the contract to be exploited. Right now, I can say surely that there is no such chance.
So you guys are checking constantly if there is any potential exploit, and if there is, you're fixing it.
Yes, contracts are being
Okay.
monitored.
Perfect. So I can fully trust you that my Bitcoin and Ethereum is gonna be safe.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Leon. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
No problem, Vito. No problem.
By the way, you're a fucking legend.
You too, bro. You too. Thank you.
Bro. Thank you. Thank you.
Have a nice day.
You too, man.
Okay, Skull again. Hello.
Hey guys, it's me again. So my next question, it will be a bit longer and it's gonna be quite complicated. I hope I can explain it so you can understand.
I'm
So
here for it.
when it comes to the API of the liquidity pools, it says, for example, the Sparta USDC pool right now it has a 174% APY, and the rewards are the Sparta tokens. But
Yes.
what happens when, for example, the last few weeks we saw the price just declining and declining before the nice announcements, of course, and when let's say the price does minus 50%, but the APR still is the same, so you have to give out double the amounts of tokens, right?
Yes. But the contracts are deployed for a certain period of time. So within this period of time, we cannot like add the tokens to the contract. So the price decline and upward movements are changing the APR, but we cannot just influence that within this period. So previously there were like monthly period for stakings. Right now it's 3-month period, and we set the APR to be way lower than it is currently. But because Sparta did like more than 2x, the APR increased by 2x.
Oh, okay, I see.
It's
So the
dynamic.
So the APR from the beginning, you set up the pool. It's always gonna be the same, but it's so the no, I mean the amount of tokens you get as the rewards per
Yes,
tokens
so
you
we
provide liquidity for is the same, but
yeah, so
when the
so
price
we
goes up, it just sorry.
yeah. So we assign number of tokens to a certain liquidity pool based on our assumptions of the total liquidity that will enter this pool, and we set the APR for example, for them, but based on the number of tokens. So we send, for example, 100,000 Sparta for the Sparta USDC liquidity pool contract, and they are being formed linearly over the set period of time, like 1 month or 3 months right now. So there is a price of Sparta, number of tokens, and the value of the liquidity that finally gives us the APR on a certain pool.
Okay, thank you. I think I understand. So every 3 months from now on, you will set up new pools, right?
Yes, new stakings. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Thank you. Corn B. Hello. Hello, hello. You have to unmute yourself.
Apologies. Hello again.
Hello.
I have I have the question about dual reward for GameSwift. I was hoping that it will be more or less like in the Astroport, that they will start parallelly with the regular rewards, and I misunderstood the concept. What is the final solution for that, and when will it be introduced?
Yes. So we have the dual rewards contracts ready to be deployed, but as there is now a period of LP staking that lasts until basically the end of the lock drop inflation, which is 3rd of February 2024, and then we are deploying the contracts which include dual rewards for the pairs. Right now, new pairs that will be deployed soon will have the possibility to add to the contract a dual reward, the second reward in the other token. And for GameSwift, it will take 2.5 months to this contract end, and the other can start and be deployed.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you. Jetfire, welcome again.
Yeah, now can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, so sorry. Just now I got some mic issue. Yeah,
No problem.
I got two questions. One is just now you talked about the dual incentive. So if I hear you correctly, you say 2.5 months from now to be deployed if everything goes
For
well.
GameSwift. For GameSwift. For other
GameSwift.
pairs.
Oh, yes.
Yes, for GameSwift. And other
Okay,
new
so
pairs.
Okay, so 2.5 months for GameSwift. That mean you will backtrack from since day one.
I believe no, but it's not related to us as we are not in a possession of GameSwift tokens.
So in other words, it's like you will just start 2.5 months later. It's a new rewards lah, so called lah. It's actually not since day one if since we have no control of that. For example.
Most probably yes, but there is an ongoing discussion with GameSwift team as to how to tackle this.
Yeah, so if let's say, because my understanding is that since day one, if supposedly to be provided, and if they will to willing to provide, maybe can just manually airdrop us like what you guys have done. I don't know. So this is one thing. And second questions that I want to ask that regarding your the tail, the tail god level, hero level. So I think I did ask in the form, say that will you guys consider those that providing LP that be maybe consider part of the tail calculation as well, maybe at a lower point, like last time where the Star Terra they also involve LP to be inside the tail. Would that be a considerations by the team? I don't know.
Yeah, so that's a good question, and this is the part of the next chapters thing. As I mentioned, there will be a binder that binds all of the elements within SpartaDEX ecosystem: NFTs, LP providers, staking, swapping, developing your police, etc., and launchpad activity, of course. So I can't say that there is a plan to embed the liquidity providers into the tiers, but there is a plan for liquidity providers as well. Let's say they are receiving a huge rewards right now for providing liquidity, obviously, far more than stakers. Obviously, they have higher risk, as liquidity is a riskier asset, is said to be riskier asset than just one asset being in single asset staking. So there is a plan for liquidity providers. And it will be revealed in the next chapters in the form of the binder of all of the elements in SpartaDEX ecosystem.
Okay, wonderful. So yeah, so I think basically that's what I want to know. Thanks a lot. Yeah, leave it to the next speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Jetfire. Hello again, my friend Skull.
Hello, sorry, this will be the last time now, but I actually have
no problem.
quite a few questions now. It's about the launchpad. So the first question I have, will there be, so when it comes to the staking tier system, will we just have the same thing on SpartaPad like we used to?
Could you rephrase the question? I'm not
Yeah,
sure I
so
understood.
for example, let's say reflow launches. Will the
Yes.
launch just be the same as, for example, gem drop on SpartaPad?
Like it depends on the I'd say rounds that will be live, that will go live. As in the reflow case, there will be rounds only for the tiers that have guaranteed allocation. So there will be more rounds for sure, but the overall how will it look like will be basically the same, except from there will be a button, a refund that will be optional if you want to resign from taking part in the IDO after you deposited the funds, and you have 1 week after the TGE of the project, and you can claim the stable coins back if you didn't claim the tokens of the project. So the structure on the website will change, but just a little bit. it is very individual for each IDO and the rules that applies.
Okay. And then another question is,
But
will
did I
each
answer your
tier-
question?
Yeah,
Or-
perfectly. You answered more
Okay.
than enough.
Hmm?
Will each tier have an own pool, or will there just be one pool for everyone and everyone has a cap? I mean, that's assigned to their tier, an allocation cap. And if the pool is if the pool is gone, then because it's first come first serve for the first 3 tiers, I see. Will they each have an own pool, or will there be one giant pool for them? Where they? Do you understand my question?
Yes, yes. So I think that for the clarity of the user interface, there will be one pool for all of these 3 first come first served tiers, and for the guaranteed allocation, there must be a second pool.
Okay, so there's
As-
gonna be 2
as they-
pools. One for first
at
come first
least
serve
2
and one for whitelist.
Yeah, at least as we have NFTs as well. But I can't say like for sure that NFTs will have a dedicated pool. I believe so, but sometimes it may happen, which is not a like 100% probability that it will happen, but it may be merged into one pool depending on the how the user interface will be viewed by the community, and it's your feedback as well is very important for us in that
Yeah,
matter.
that would have been
But-
my third question. I wanted to ask because the NFTs, if they would be simultaneously have the if the spending of USDC in the as allocation would be happen simultaneously as the other pools from NFTs.
Not necessarily. This is a very individual thing for each of the fundraising and for each project. As you surely remember, the GameSwift was whitelist plus NFTs in one pool. For Gemdrop, it was one for the NFTs at first, and a few days later there were allocation for stakers, because this requires from us as well verifying the market conditions and uh, and maximizing user experience for you guys. So I believe that there might be some people that want to join in both rounds, in NFT round and in staker round, and it's inconvenient for them to rush into one and to choose between those pools, because maybe they want to
That's what I'm asking.
yes, try to get the first come first serve spot in the staking round and in the NFT round. So we'll do that as conveniently as possible to you guys.
Yeah, so that would be perfect because I think most people have NFTs and still stake a lot of
Yeah.
Sparta. And
Yeah.
if the IDO like has a also NFT round, that we could do those separate, that would be perfect.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, and my last question is about the new IDO. When can we expect it? Can you say anything there, like months, or like Q1 2024? Like, can you tell us
It will
anything
be
about
this year, surely. It
Oh,
is,
sick.
yes. Some are projected to be within 2023 for sure. And remember, guys, we are open for cooperation with other projects. And if you know a project or know team members and the project is about to launch, we have great community, we have a great launchpad and a new system that they may like and launch on us on SpartaPad, as it benefits all of our ecosystem.
Very nice. I also remember GameSwift. They had we were the only launchpad that GameSwift launched on, so which gave us a lot of we had a big opportunity because like we're the only like VCs that get their tokens vested. The other VCs they're like locked away 1 year.
Yes.
When it comes to this new IDO, do you think we will also be the only launchpad because like I also participate in different launchpads, and it's a problem because there's lots of launchpads involved, and everyone just dumps their tokens, and like the dilution is so high, like 100x the current market cap. So do you think
So
the
yeah,
new idea also launches on other launchpads?
I can say right now, I know that some of the projects we have like exclusive chance to launch them, and they won't launch on other launchpads. On the other hand, I know that this is beneficial as well for projects to launch on 2 or 3 launchpads, as the community is like floating between the projects, and we have an opportunity to gather more community members and therefore more capital flowing into our assets. So I believe that some projects will launch on more than one launchpad, not only on our launchpad. But I am sure that there will be projects coming. There are, in fact, in the pipeline that are launching exclusively on our platform. So
Thank you
I
very much,
believe that
Nils.
this satisfies both sides.
Yeah, thank you for the
Okay.
patience, man, for answering all my questions, and also thanks for listening to the community by
Happy
introducing
to
the
be
staging
here.
tiers and
Happy to
stuff.
be here for you.
So
Okay.
let's fucking go, Sparta to the moon. Thank you.
Yeah, to the moon. Okay, Jetfire. Once more. Hello.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah. One more questions about the NFT. I found that for the NFT first come first serve, right? There's for those options like you have to choose the boost button, whether you want 1 NFT, 2 NFT, or 3 NFT to boost out your allocation. I just wondering if for the next IDO, will the contracts itself will be able to auto detect how many NFT you have based on the maximum allocation, then whereby the holders can choose whether they want maximum allocations or partial. Because my experience with the game Swift, I think I heard that there's many people trying to get the maximum allocations by selecting 3, and after they boost, by the time they boosted, the allocations all gone, depending how hot the project is, you see. So it may be because it's a first come first serve. So everything that you do, like all the clicking, it's actually causing a lot of time, precious time gone. And when you interact and all these things, by the time it's game over. So you know what I'm coming from?
Yes, of course. So that's a valuable feedback. I can see one drawback in this solution, that when the allocation is going to be like limited and is coming to an end, there might be an error coming that user cannot use all of these NFTs. But surely I can introduce this solution to our devs, and simultaneously with the changes that they are working on currently regarding the launchpad activity and this refund option. Yeah, they probably could work on that if it's not a very difficult to implement. I believe it is not. We can as well ask the community what the on general or in the announcement to check whether they are for this solution again. But I believe it's beneficial for all of the day-to-day users, as you mentioned, hot IDO may require from you be the fastest clicker on earth.
Faster,
Yeah.
yes, correct. So you can imagine how frustrated it is when you click, there's an error. By the time you refresh, it's game over. And
Yeah.
so many people stayed out, especially for the game Swift, just to share the experience. I was whitelisted. I got NFT, but I give out the NFT, I just go straight for my allocations and I got it. For others that have NFT by the time boosted, so many people complain, especially for my GameSwift community down there, even those hunter roles, many of them did not manage to get it. So it's kind
Yeah,
of, heart attacks. Then those who got it happy, those who never get it,
yeah,
so sad.
yeah. I know.
Oh,
You can't please everyone, right? That's
y-
there wouldn't be such opportunities, such investment opportunities as GameSuite if everyone was happy, right? But I understand your feedback, and I think it will be good to discuss it with our devs to implement it along the changes that are being made now.
yes. I think because that will take away a lot of frustrations, and it all boils down to who has the fastest finger as well as the best connections.
Yes.
Right? Because the
Equal
moment you
chances,
push it,
equal
gone.
chances.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that is the thing that I want to ask. So thank you for looking into this thing. And let me see what else. And yeah, I think that's about it. So good job. And I really like these things that you developed. In fact, every day I'm into the games. Can be quite boring. And luckily, because of price sections, we managed to get into the limited lifetime premium. So hopefully we see how it goes.
Yeah, to the moon, as Cole said.
To the moon and beyond. Huh?
And
Okay, thank you.
beyond, yeah.
I think I have asked all my questions. So I'll pass it to the next speaker. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Josiah.
Mm.
Okay, yeah. In the meantime, one disclaimer, of course. We are joking to the moon and beyond, but before we started the marketing around the Sparta 2.0, we've made an important goals like within our team, and our goals are to grow and the price appreciation of Sparta to be 5% a week. This is a long-term goal. To be honest, we didn't kind of expect 200% pump in the 2 days, but I want to make a point that we are looking at this project in the long term, and the long-term vision not always meet the expectations of the community in the short term, but brings more value in the long run, as there is, for example, supply squeeze and the price pumps insanely. But in the long run, we are counting on incremental growth, steady, small, but in the longer period of time, giving more to our community, to the token, and to all of us stakeholders, and benefits all of us. So yeah, this we are joking to the moon and beyond, but we are focusing on the long-term vision and incremental growth rather than fast exponential pump and dump. Okay, there is nobody waiting to get on stage. Let me check whether there are some questions that we didn't address now, which are in the Google form. Marketing team told me to not say that, but there are IDOs waiting to be announced in the next week, and we are launching a marketing campaign. As one of you asked, what you as community can do for us to facilitate the growth of SpartaDEX and help us to thrive in this harsh environment of crypto. And my answer for that is be with us, give us feedback as you do. You don't necessarily need to be very like supportive or yeah, good job team, you rock. Like we love constructive criticism, but we don't tolerate hate or FOD, just so you know. And what you can do is take part actively in the upcoming marketing campaign, community oriented. So that's from me, and these are my last words for today, as basically we've covered so much topics, I believe, and that this was informative. Please give your feedback regarding this AMA on our general chat. So tell me also what to improve. Just a disclaimer: I'm not a seller. I'm not a good seller, salesman. I'm more into numbers and facts, and I value this approach more. just to be clear. So thank you very much for today. There were a lot of questions from you guys from the stage, and on the Discord and in the Excel file through the Google form. Happy to be here today with us, with you guys, and see you on general chat. And these AMAs will be done on the bi-weekly basis for sure, or monthly at least if we had tough times inside, with the amount of work. So thank you, guys, and have a good day. Have a good weekend. See you.